Hello everyone, this is Aegon of Astora, and welcome back to my first ever playthrough of Demon Souls. This is episode number 2, being recorded on Sunday the 10th of December. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, whenever it is you find yourself watching this. So yeah, it's after midnight again. And if I sounded like a crotchety old man in the previous episode, prepare yourselves because I'm about to crank the crotchetiness up to 11. I only just finished editing the previous episode, and I cleared my entire day so that I could not only do editing, but also record footage for Demon Souls. But then the power went out in my apartment, the entire campus, in fact, for something like 5 hours today. So that was really upsetting. Carved out all this time in order to do this, and then I just lost a huge chunk of it to just blind luck, poor infrastructure, and what have you. But whatever. We are going to record probably just this one episode today, but I am excited. I have some notes here that we're going to first go over before we get started. So, recapping the previous episode, we died to the Vanguard, and then we were revived by the Maiden in Black. And as she's saying a prayer, it seems as though she's almost giving us a orientation to the Nexus. And then the player character passes out, falls asleep in the middle of her orientation. So I wonder if that has something to do with the fact that we didn't defeat Vanguard. And let me know what changes if you defeat the Vanguard, because I'm very interested in hearing that. And I'm not sure if I have the patience to try and killing it over and over again. In any case, we are currently in soul form. And you can see that there's sort of an aura around us. And we're basically phantoms. Or when you're in whatever this form is, soul form, you're basically a phantom. And I say that because I don't know if I'm wrong about this because of this, but because the invasion / summoning sound is the same as that of when you zone into an area. So when we spawned here, we were basically being summoned here. But, so this doesn't appear to be our corporeal form. So, corporeal meaning relating to a person's body, especially as opposed to their spirit. He was frank about his corporeal appetites, having a body, a corporeal god. Or in law, consisting of material objects, tangible, corporeal. So, yeah. So, relating to a person's body. So this isn't our corporeal form, which is interesting. I think that's really interesting, and I don't know that's an insight I would have had. So same with this guy over here. Crestfallen Soldan, I think his name is? Or no, maybe that's Dark Souls 1. I don't know. We'll talk to them in a minute, but yeah, just some idle thoughts I had while editing the previous episode. I also have a note here about the intro cinematic, or the intro cinematics, I should say. 2 thoughts. So the first being when discussing the fishing hamlet with JSF in the episode on the fishing hamlet in Bloodborne Let's Talk Lore, we talked about the trailer for the Old Hunters, which showed Gehrman going to the fishing hamlet, but it had a film grain filter on top of it. And at the time I said that FromSoft has never done that before, and that it's weird because they've never done that. And yet they had done that all the way back in 2009 with Demon Souls, because the intro cinematic, there are parts where you see film grain, as well as the fact that it starts with a bonfire. You see a bonfire, and then throughout the rest of the intro, you hear the crackling of the bonfire.
That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletarian.
And so the entire tale that you're being told is a bonfire side tale. You're being told the story beside a bonfire. So I thought that was a pretty cool touch. And yeah, I have another note about what an archstone is, but we'll save that for now and just talk briefly about the word Nexus. So meaning a connection or series of connections linking two or more things, a connected group or series, and the central and most important point or place. So a connection or series of connections linking two or more things, so this is very obviously the hub world. And these are all the areas, notwithstanding the Broken Archstone, which, if this game were made today, would probably have been released as DLC in some form or fashion. But not back then, not with the Liminal Souls game. So yeah, this is a nexus in that sense, but it's also a nexus in the sense that it's the central and most important point or place. And I think the reason for that lies with what is beneath the nexus, but obviously we'll get to that later. The Maiden in Black, when she's giving you your orientation, she describes the nexus as that which holds the land together. So in that sense, yeah, it's also a nexus. That's all I had in terms of notes. Let's talk to some of the NPCs. Like Crestfallen friend over here.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero? Hunting for demons? Try one of the Archstones. Now go. That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletarian.
I was not expecting a cutscene. That was weird and jarring. The first NPC you can talk to in a Souls game triggers a cutscene. When something like 99.9% of NPC interactions, when it's an NPC just sort of sitting there, you know, there are occasions where that starts a boss fight or whatever, but in the vast majority of instances, you just talk to them from this view. There's no cutscene or anything. So interesting that it takes sort of a more direct approach of saying, hey, these are the places you need to go, such that they even included a cutscene. Wow, okay.
You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero? It's all the same. You're just another prisoner of the Nexus. We're welcome here, as long as we keep slashing up demons.
Okay.
You came for demon souls?
The font is weird too. Hi friend, you're a blacksmith, aren't you? I remember you from seeing the loading screens.
You new here? Do you hear from our services? The name's Baldwin. Just an ordinary blacksmith. It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons, or forge ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, huh?
Baldwin, really? Baldwin? What a name. That's incredible. So we obviously don't have upgrade materials. I don't think. Shard of Hardstone. Cool, okay. Because I assume it's a strength weapon? Or is that just Titanite? I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. What do you got? You have some moongrass, spice for MP, and repair powders, I guess? So we are, as usual, pretty much just going to be doing a quality build. But we'll see. We'll see what weapons we find and what we feel like using.
Perhaps you've already heard, but there's another blacksmith at the entrance of Stonefang Mine. He's an eccentric old man, but he knows his trade well. He's the only sane one left in a town of soul-starved men. If you do meet him, yeah, well, forget it. That stubborn old ne'er-do-well will just ignore you.
Regret is such an empty stare. I'm trying to make it look like he's actually talking to the NPC, but it's impossible. It's just kind of an empty stare, and it looks nothing like me. I tried to like make it look at least vaguely like me, but it looks nothing like me. And yeah, so the Demon Souls character creator, great for creating eldritch abominations, rather poor for trying to create approximations of actual people.
There aren't enough blacksmiths in this temple to handle all the work. Only certain ores can be used to forge weapons, but you'll just have to make do. And be thankful that I'm still of good health.
I am thankful, friend.
And be thankful that I'm...
And I will continue to be thankful.
No interest, eh? I can tell you're not gonna last long here.
That's not very nice. I just got here, man. I got 187 souls. What do you want from me?
I'm Stockpile Thomas. When the scourge came, I didn't know what hit me. When I came to, I found myself here, in the Nexus. My wife and daughter fell victim to the demons. But I would be worthless in battle. At the very least, I hope to lend my assistance to you brave slayers of demons. I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
I'm sorry for the herky-jerky movements. These analog sticks are just awful. And, you know, I'm wondering if it's that these particular analog sticks are terrible, or if it's just that I can't get used to the bulbous sort of shape of them. The PS4 has flat, you know, it's flat on the top, which makes sense to me. But these sort of bulbous shapes of the analog stick, I don't like it.
When the scourge came, I abandoned my wife and daughter and fled like a madman. When I came to, I was in the Nexus. I haven't dared venture outside these walls since. I wish I could do more, but I am ignorant of the world beyond these walls.
Wow. Sorry, friend. That sounds pretty rough.
That candle maiden cared for me during my first days in the Nexus. She says very little, but has a kind heart. She's just the age my young daughter would have been. The poor, poor girl, trapped here with her eyes occluded by wax. If only something could be done to help her.
So yeah, I don't really know all that much about the Maiden in Black. I knew about the eyes being occluded by wax. I can't remember what that's supposed to mean, though, if anything. Okay, well, our item burden, 20.1 out of 94, so I guess we're still good. Wow, it really is like a freaking Bethesda game. That's incredible. Okay.
Best of luck to you.
I'm not looking forward to us finding evidence that his wife is, or is it his daughter? His daughter's hairpiece or something. Sorry, friend. Down here is, yeah, a bunch of messages. And I'm reasonably certain these are developer messages. So it's interesting because if we're to look at this game as a static game, so in the previous game I set up that dichotomy, the static game and games as services, and I argued that Demon Souls is in the liminal space between those two categories. Developer messages mimic the online interaction and vice versa. But if you're looking at this game as a static game, which it will be in February, so static meaning that it more or less never changes, that you can have the same experience 40 years down the road, irrespective of whether or not the servers remain. The developer messages are interesting in the sense that they will be all that's left of a little hint at the type of stuff that players used to be able to engage with other players using messages until the servers got shut down. So there's a sense of impermanence to games as services and the elements of games as services within static games or liminal games like Demon Souls. It's that impermanence which I think is to some degree problematic, but also what makes it really special. So the Nexus is enormous. I think we find the monumentals somewhere up here. I don't know where the Maiden in Black is. So there's nothing up here. But let's keep going up. Okay, so I presume we're gonna have to come back here. And those rolls I keep doing, I'm not trying to roll, that's me trying to run. But it always starts with a roll. And I don't know whether that's the Demon Souls controls or that this circle button is incredibly sticky. I don't know where the Maiden in Black is. Is she upset with us because we fell asleep during the orientation? I wouldn't blame her for that, but... Oh my god. So remember what I said about how I'm not trying to roll to the side like that? And that's just me trying to run? Yep, that is exactly what happened. Ay, okay. We're just gonna get out of here because I can't find... You've touched the mark of death. Bring more souls, Slayer of Demons. Okay, no, not again. Gosh darn it. So yeah, let's just go to 1-1. I think it's called Boletarian Palace. A huge stone castle in the heart of the northern kingdom of Boletaria. Hungry soldiers whose souls have been stolen by demons attack trespassers, and terrible dragons nest there. We'll talk about the rest of the archstones once they're opened up. But for now, let's just, get to it. Of course, because why wouldn't we have to deal with dragons? Boletarian Palace. Archstones. So yeah, so you don't light them like lamps, like I previously suspected. I used to think that the sword at the top, the sword sticking out of the ground, was the important thing, but the name suggests that it's that stone, the arch stone at the bottom, which is the important bit. And that's what allows us to teleport our consciousness, our soul, and our body, I guess, as well, if you're in body form or whatever it's called. So yeah, interesting. I'm not sure that I have any unique insights whatsoever to add about any of that, but just going to continue communicating my idle thoughts, which I suspect... Whoa. I think I jumped pretty far. This place does not look good. Shades of Canehurst Castle. Unknown soldier's soul. It's a trap, isn't it? I just realized that my volume was much too high. I hope it wasn't leaking through into the mic. So that's pretty weird. They're just floating there. I assume they're gonna fly away. Alright, there are guys all over here. Yeah, so this is just like the Grand Archives. It's astonishing how similar they are. You got an arrow through your head there, friend. How did you manage that? Gosh, they closed the distance from my back steps in a shockingly short amount of time. We're not starting off well. My R1 button is jammed. I might just open this thing up and try and refurbish it myself because, yeah, it's in pretty rough shape. Hi, friend. Yeah, we've not started off very well combat-wise. I'm not a huge fan of this weapon, to be honest, so I'm looking forward to the potential alternatives that we might find in this area. Oh, gosh. Yeah, you were just like the Hollows from Dark Souls 1. That same stupid attack, too. And deceptively hard to parry as well. More crows. I'm sure that's a good sign. Gosh. Not on my game. I would have been had I been able to record when I originally intended to record. Were it not for that power outage, but just goes to show how incredibly over-reliant we are on technology and electronics. Because power goes out, it's like, what do you do? What do we even... Like, really the only thing you do is use whatever electronics you have that have batteries. It's hard to do anything. As soon as the power went out, I was like, okay, well, I'll cook a nice meal. And I was like, wait a second, I can't do that. There we go. So, now the traps start. Dagnabbit. It's a good thing we got a bow. What are you doing there, friend? What are you doing? He's stuck. Oh no, don't fall. Okay, there's something weird about that, but I want to make sure that we don't fall in just yet. I'm not seeing any player messages or player ghosts. I wonder if I'm not online, because maybe we'll give it a minute. So this is where they kept all the food, I guess? Food and ale. Half moon grass. It's a fire. I guess there's nowhere to go but down. What the? Well, Do I need to land on... Okay, I want to try and land over there. No! God damn it. Oh, man. I was thinking it was similar to the situation in the Ring City, where, you know, the particle effects and stuff were suggesting to me that you could jump down here and it's okay. But I guess it was suggesting the exact opposite. Oh well. You die and you learn. It is the soul's way after all. I almost said you live and you learn, but that wouldn't be quite as appropriate, I don't think. Hi, friends. Just trying to get through the area quick, if you don't mind, so let's hurry it up. On your animations, thank you. Drops would be nice as well. Not absolutely necessary, though. Trying to ensure that I'm taking advantage of the direct hit system, keeping enemies at a distance wherever possible. Hit them with the edge of the blade as much as possible. It's going to lead to a lot of misses, though, just whiffing at the air. Another friend here? Yeah. Keep wanting to do a charge attack. Oh, how did I turn around there? These guys are like clothing themselves in barrels? Because that's a weird... Let's see if we can see it on this guy. Yeah, what the heck are you wearing? Friend, I'm sorry. These darn analog sticks. I'm gonna try not to complain about that as much as I have up to this point. Oh, I forgot about you. There are souls. I don't think there's that many. R1 button is jammed. Gosh darn it. Okay. You gonna get stuck again? Hey, you made it through! Good job. Poor stamina management there, but we survived. So that really is supposed to mean don't go down there? That's nonsense. Oh, it's in here. I freaking knew it. I knew it. Gosh darn FromSoft. It is so dark in here. Oh my gosh. Is it shiny? Fire bombs. Interesting. Oh shite. Every corner we go around, I keep thinking that a dragon is just gonna roast us out of nowhere. Well, you are slightly tougher enemies, aren't you? Got nice little shields there. Fancy rapiers, it looks like, as well. Oh, a little bit of a delay on your attacks. Oh, you got fire bombs. No! Not good. Not good, friends. Gosh. Okay. I feel like the majority of the attacks in this game are a little bit, the parry time is a little bit later than I'm used to. So I gotta continue to account for that because I'm more often than not parrying too early. I'm gonna assume this is just sort of the next part of the area. Yeah. Interestingly enough, the one thing I do like about the PS3 that I got is that it's in the previous episode I wasn't sure what to call it. It's the slim model, the second variation of the second redesign, or the second design of the PlayStation 3. And it is pretty quiet. Certainly much more quiet than my PS4, which is becoming a problem when recording Dark Souls 3 Let's Talk Lore, because it is so loud. It's like a jet engine. But this PS3 is so quiet. But the reason I'm bringing this up is that was the most obvious it's ever been to me, that a fog gate was basically the alternative to a loading screen, because as soon as I went through the fog gate, you could hear the game loading. This PS3 is normally so quiet. When it does load, it's really noticeable. So as soon as I went through the fog gate, I heard that. I was like, oh yeah. Because fog gates slow you down just enough in order to give the game enough time to load the area so that you don't see it before it's loaded, because it's ugly when you see that. Not unlike where we find the Mailbreaker in Dark Souls 1, I don't think. Unknown Soldier's Soul. I have no idea what this room is supposed to be. But yeah, very reminiscent of the High Wall as well. Oh, you cheap bugger with your firebombs and your shield. Gosh darn Havoc physics engine keeps making me think that I'm seeing things behind me. What the heck just happened up there? I turned out my volume so I didn't really see what happened. And it's so dark. Okay, that was weird. These guys are just like the torch-wielding hollows in Undead Burg, Northern Undead Asylum, the Depths. All my favorite areas from Dark Souls 1. How are we gonna get in there? Maybe from above? This really is much closer to a horror game than any of the other Souls games. Crescent Moongrass, thank you. See you later, friend. Sorry that your body slingshot like that. Didn't mean to hit L2 a second time there. Okay, so the item's right under here. How are you supposed to... You're supposed to hit the... Looked like we were hitting it. I don't have the faintest clue what we're supposed to do here. Maybe roll into there? Oh, that's gotta be it. But asking for precision from me, maybe a jumping attack. Asking me to be so precise with this gosh darn controller is... yeah, maybe asking a little bit too much. Oh. Am I going a different way? Oh, stop it. Oh. No, friend, what happened? He's like, fine. You know, I'm gonna use my shield. I guess I'll just kill myself for you then. And complain some more, Aegon. What a guy, wow. I completely missed this item over here. It's just half moon grass. I don't know what to do in order to get that item, so I'm just gonna leave it. Oh. Well, I fell into that. Hook, line, and sinker. Well played, FromSoft. Gosh, I really want to quit and reload the game to make sure that we're connected to the network. Because I'm not seeing messages or anything anywhere. And, you know, the whole point of this playthrough is supposed to be to take advantage of the online mechanics while they're there. This blue-eyed knight there. But I guess we can't really do... it would just be the messages and bloodstains, which would still be helpful and interesting. Because, yeah, I'm not seeing anything. And, I have had that happen in Dark Souls 1 as well. Because I imagine the two games share very similar netcode. And... oh, you got a pike. Because in Dark Souls 1, there were times when you couldn't get into an IP pool. And that's why when, at least, yeah, in Dark Souls 1... when you are playing with a friend, once you're connected, you're generally good. But sometimes getting connected would be a nightmare. Just so difficult to do, especially in high traffic areas like Darkroot Forest. Have we already been in here? I think we have. No? Nope. Oh my god, so yeah, so that's a Red-Eye Knight. And he has a weapon, I don't know how well I'll be able to parry him. I don't think we're gonna risk it. Just in the interest of keeping this episode short, so that we cut down our runbacks, we're gonna go see what's on the other side of this bridge here first. Because... I know I can parry provided their animations are the same. I know I can parry the ones with the short swords relatively easily, but... oh, well, I guess we're... I'm about to have to back up that statement immediately, so let's see. Hi, friend. No. Backup number 1 failed, unless you have different attacks. Which you very well might. That's much more delayed than... oh, I got him there, but... that was close. Half moon grass. Oh, I was expecting like a weapon or something. So I'm going to assume we can't jump down there. Oh no, maybe we can. There's an item. But I don't know what to think anymore. After having jumped in that hole down there. A magic hole. Maybe we need to clear the mystical obstruction, whatever it is. Okay, so we can go in the fog, or we can go over here. Or is this where we just came from? This is where we just... Or is it? No. Unless I missed an item here, which is possible. Fire bombs. Oh yeah, no. We have not been here. Oh. What are the enemies doing? Friends. Oh. Oh, I guess they're probably gonna die either way, but not like... They don't attack me. We can be cool. But you all insist on attacking me anyway. Oh, we're just hitting bodies down. Okay. This really is quite scary, this game. I'm rather impressed. We came from the top. And I'm sorry that I keep getting turned around here. Both in the game and in terms of the commentary. Oh, no, friends. No, friends, no. Friends, what are you doing? You gotta go around. You gotta go around. That's not how stairs work. You just stay on the stairs. No. Oh no. Now I don't know how long I should wait here. Oh, there we go. Well done, friend. No. They're just so overeager. He's so mad, he's just hitting the wall. It's like that trickster. So it's weird that the partial parries in this game are repostable. In Dark Souls 1, they're not really repostable, at least not that I can recall. What do you guys... The AI in this game is, yeah, a little bit primitive. It's actually astounding. Maybe I'm just breaking it somehow, and you know. But it's quite entertaining though. I'm enjoying myself a heck of a lot. I think we just unlocked our first shortcut potentially. Cling ring, so that will increase our HP. Beautiful. Or the Ring of Binding, as it was known in Dark Souls 2. I can't recall if there's a ring like that in Dark Souls 3. I think there is, but... Oh, so we got a set. Old Ragged something. And Spice, which is for MP regen. And Jade... Oh, so that's... the evidence of... the death, I think, of Stockpile Thomas's daughter? Jade hair ornament. A simple jade hair ornament. Could it belong to a poor little girl? I think it could. An old spice with a pungently sweet smell restores a large amount of the user's MP. It is made by mixing various fermented ingredients. Because of its sharp smell and often unsavory brewers, it has been prohibited in some regions. Robe made of layers of ragged fabric. It's covered with tiers, unsightly open seams, and numerous unsightly insects wriggling within it. No sane person would dare wear something like this. That's kind of creepy, and we're carrying that around with us. And the Ring of Binding. the cling ring, a mysterious ring forged in the shape of an eye. Character loses less HP after becoming a soul. Cool. Alright, so we got a little bit more HP now, which is nice. And we unlocked a shortcut. So that's what these all are. They're shortcuts, which is really cool. Stellar level design. Now that we've unlocked the shortcut, I think that's a good place to call it. And we'll continue with Boletarian Palace next time, but first let's go see what's going on back at the Nexus. Alright, so instead of spawning at this thing, we re-enter the Nexus where we left it. So that's an interesting little touch. Whereas, yeah, in Dark Souls, you just, you pop up wherever the bonfire is. Who are you? Hi, friend.
Oh my. How has this happened? Has God abandoned us for failing to show proper respect to King Alant? Oh, Mbasa.
Mbasa to you as well, friend. Gosh, I'm gonna stop trying to get good camera angles because it's pointless. Okay, I don't know who she is. She didn't introduce herself. And I still don't know where the Maiden in Black is. Unless that really is her. We just have to beat the first boss. Sorry, friend. I got some bad news for you. Oh my gosh. I literally started charging the controller, or I didn't. This controller was fully charged when I started recording this episode 1 hour ago, and it's already almost out. So yes, pretty dreadful refurbishing job by EB Games.
That hairpin, that belongs to my daughter. Then she didn't make it after all. My dearest little baby. May she rest in peace. May I ask you a favor? Would you mind giving up that hairpin? I'd like to have it in memory of my daughter.
Of course, friend.
You're a saint. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I mustn't forget. It's not much, but please accept this as thanks. I'm a bit ashamed to say, but I found it one day, discarded on the main road. But it seems to possess a strange power. Anyway, I feel that you should have it. It will be happier in your hands.
Ring of Herculean Strength, so presumably to raise the equip burden.
I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
So he got over the death of his daughter pretty quickly. I guess he had already presumably accepted the fact that she was gone. Still kind of sad. Okay, so we're not going to need the mail breaker. Put that away. We're going to put away this old ragged stuff with bugs in it.
Rest assured, your goods are safe and sound with me. Best of luck to you.
And to you, friend.
Best of luck to you.
Alright, I think that's it. We're going to call it there, and then we're going to continue in the next episode in Boletarian Palace. So thank you all very, very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.